guys pretty soon, so it's pretty crazy. So I have 3 kids, and that's the reason I work so hard. But from that, I learned 2 models, and my models are you make your own luck. So again, whatever you do, you're gonna make your own luck in this business. And the second thing is, no matter what life throws your way, you gotta roll with the punches. So you're gonna have your ups and downs in life, in career, in marriage, but just make sure you keep your focus. So if you can, I'm gonna pass this around. This is a networking game we're gonna do. And actually, you know what? I forgot to bring a product. So the winner of the thing will get $20. Okay?
What?
Yeah, so
Whoa.
pay for lunch.
Wow, now you guys pay attention, huh?
So I'm just going to pick a winner. So this is part of in the business and real estate. So I was supposed to bring a book, but then I forgot the book because I just came from my office. I created this game about 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes extra.
Okay, so what you're going to do is...
Here, you can play too.
Is how many people think that they know, have you guys networked with people in your business, in this class? You kind of know people or no? Okay, so you guys have done group projects, kind of got to know each other? Okay, so one of the things too is you got to know people at a different level. Okay, so one of the things is building relationships, because the people in this room are the people that you might do a deal with one of these days. So again, hopefully, in my business, what I learned about business is relationships matter. So it's all about relationships. So for right now, we're going to do for this drill for about 5 minutes. You got to get at least 5 signatures. So you're going to go around. Do you guys have business cards or not yet?
Yes.
Okay, if you do, that's great. You're ahead of the game. If not, make a business card because you're going to get in the business. And even if you're not a realtor, just say like, I'm a real estate apprentice or something like that. And you know, just make up a fake name. Just put your name and the phone number and say, look, I'm going to get my real estate license soon. Then I'll give you my real card. Okay? So right now, you ready to get up? And you're going to try to have people sign. It kind of tells you, if you know where your kid was born, then you're going to sign that box. If you're born outside the country, if you know the title rep, no, I'm an officer. Just talk with other people around, try to get 5 signatures. If you get 5 signatures, you'll get this drawing. That will do South Korea, right? Okay, so go.
Yeah, it was.
You were?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you go around asking people when you decide to get
This is the networking activity from the guest speaker. Gave a little networking assignment here.
Oh yeah. Kendrick, you were born outside the U.S. I'll periscope for you if you want.
Periscope for me while I'm doing this. Keep it on the guest speaker.
Okay.
You irritated me.
Sounds good.
You take my class on
Yeah, I can't remember that.
Yes.
Here's your pen. Or
That's my pen. Yeah.
I got family that lives out there.
You know where you were born.
Yes, I am.
Everyone's like,
This guy. Is anybody getting into commercial real estate?
yeah, that's the way to do it. So you need a question.
Professor Chip was born in Japan, right? No, he was born in West Korea.
West Korea. Did you just say West Korea,
West
Michael?
Korea.
Wow. Maybe you need to take some.
North Korea. Just joking.
You need to take some
Chinese
government
places.
maybe you're excited to get into real estate.
Yes, I am. Anybody get into commercial? What about you, Dave?
You didn't know this. Guitar, piano. I haven't taken this.
All right, 1 minute left. So try to get some signatures.
Hi, Brenda. What do you think of the networking so far? What do you think of the guest speaker so far? Interesting. Okay. Say hi to one of my students. Say hi. We're on Periscope Live.
Has anyone got to school in another country like that?
everybody in here had their real estate license.
Who banks with Wells Fargo and Bank of America?
Yeah, right.
This is like how referrals work, Mr. Kim.
This is one of my bright and shining stars over here. Say hello.
Yes, I am.
Oh, you too, I guess.
Wow. What about you? Let's see.
And do you play soccer?
You play soccer? All right.
Okay, wrap it up, everybody. Take a seat. You do one for you. Yeah, there's only one person. No, only one person.
Came here when I was 2.
That's right.
Born in Korea. Came here when I was 2.
That's crazy.
You don't remember the first day of class when I said that?
I do. I remember something.
That is my other student here. Say hello.
That's a good question. That's a big question.
No, oh, it looks like no. Professor Kim, can you sign for me, please? You have your real estate license.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to sign born out of the United States. Has a real estate license.
Okay, at the end of end of my session, I'll have you guys sign your name right now real fast and put your contact information.
Oh yeah, I'm about to win this. I need your signature.
No
one of them.
And the winner will win.
I'll split the 20 with you, Mr. Kim. Let's just get these all done. Goes for all of you too.
Bank of Wells Fargo. Yeah, I'm still in West Korea right there.
Man.
All right, everybody, sit down, sit down. Okay. So what did you guys think about that exercise?
Fun.
Okay, that's fun, right? So good. I hope you guys like that. Yeah, the 20 will come. But again, that's part of the business. Is again, you have to get to know people, but you have to kind of like. But even if you're a even if you're, I'm an extrovert, but if you're an introvert, you have to be a situational extrovert at times because there's a realtor for everybody. So if you're an engineer, engineers gravitate to people that are more conservative, that like numbers, stuff like that. So again, you just have to kind of gravitate and be a chameleon to all different type of clients because that's how you have to be successful in this business. So again, I've been in the business for about 14 years, got my license in 2001, so been around the block for a couple different cycles. But one of the secrets that I've learned is, again, is if you take care of your clients, they're going to take care of you. So I've always tried to do better for my clients, build that relationship on a higher level than just making a sale. I always take my clients out to dinner after, and try to, I know actually married from soccer. So again, I do a lot with AYSO. I've coached all my kids, and what I do with my kids is, what I tell everybody is if the kids love you, the parents adore you. So I coach soccer. I love I actually coached your sister before. And I do a T-shirt with the team name, and then I have the back, have my website, and then it has all the kids' names and stuff like that. So hopefully, there'll be little billboards around the film, with my information. Good marketing. So it's one of those little tips. But find your niche market. So whatever you're passionate about, if you're passionate about photography, teach a photography class and do stuff like that. So it depends on what you're passionate about. And again, follow your dreams. And through real estate, you can do what you like to do. And then also gravitate towards clients that also like to do things that you like to do. I'm going to give you a couple different documents throughout the day. How much time do I have again?
You have until 12:30 because I know you.
I want to do questions, so I'll do my presentation for about another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll do questions for the client.
However you.
So if you can't pass this, you guys pass this on that side. So this is a document I wrote. Give me one. And it's one of the reasons, so I'm big on education. So again, the more you get educated in the business, the more educate your clients. I think that's, how the realtors are or the consumers are gonna find you later on. So I'm also big on agent reviews. So again, it's not about what you say about yourself. I think it's what your clients are telling about you. And that's how the future of real estate. So a lot of people are against that. But there's a new kind of wave in real estate that's happening. And again, what's cool about it is I think the youthful realtors are going to win. So people like you guys are all young and and exciting. So I think that you guys are the future of real estate. So again, make sure that you listen to what Kendrick says. 'Cause I know he's a good realtor. Take some of the things that I tell you, and take a lot of notes. Because again, if you do right by your clients and you really want to get involved, I think that you have a bright future in real estate. So here's an article I wrote recently for it's kind of what I give to my clients when they come into open houses about 4 reasons to buy in the fall. One thing is I'm very involved. So I was past president of the Arcadia Board of Realtors. I'm a board of director for the California Association of Realtors. I'm a board of director for the National Association of Realtors, and I'm on some special committees. So I'm on strategic planning for both the state and national level. So we talk about, I say, surround yourself with really good people. So again, I surround myself with a lot of economists, a lot of, really, really smart people in business. So one of the things they're saying is that eventually interest rates are going to rise. So right now, what everybody's saying is you have a once-in-a-generational time to buy real estate where rates are going to be under 4%. So, right now, they're floating probably around 4.5% or under 5%. Right now, they're probably, actually, what are they, like 3.8, something like that, right?
3.8.
Yeah.
Almost hitting 4.
Right. So if it's under 4%, that's an amazing rate. So they had, in the 80s, there were times that people were buying rates, houses in the 18%. Right now, every 1% that the rate goes up, your buyers lose 10% purchase power. So right now, again, if they could afford $400,000, when the rates go up to 4.5%, they're going to only going to be able to afford 10% less. So they would be able to afford 360. So so again, right now, if you are in the business, like Fabian, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
If you're in the business, try to sell. The idea of next year. I think that it's an election year. I think rates are going to stay fairly low. But again, right now is the time to buy. The market's a little soft, and inventory has been a little low in this area. So that's one of the problems. Is the supply has been really a problem, and first-time buyers are having a really big problem getting into the market because there's a lot of investors and stuff like that. But again, home buyers will get the best deal in the fall right now because right now it's not as competitive, so we're not seeing as many multiple offers. So again, if you know buyers, refer them to someone like Kendrick, myself, and we can try to, if you have your license, we can work out a referral fee. Either way, you're paying a mortgage. So how many of you guys rent right now, or live at home? If you're living at home, that's cool. But how many people are paying a mortgage to your own house? Excellent. So again, you're better off than most. So again, the dream is to own a house, and right now rent is almost about, you're paying, for a few $100s more, you can buy a property. So it depends on the area that you're looking for, of course, in your situation. But right now, try to take care of your credit. Try to see if you can try to buy a house while it's affordable right now. And that's one of the big problems, and one of the things we're working on at the state and national levels to try to keep, housing affordable because it's not in California. So I have a lot of clients moving out of state, going to Arizona, going to Texas. And again, number 4, it talks about how home prices will continue to rise. So we've seen some pretty crazy numbers in the last couple of years. When the height of the market was 2008, a lot of my markets like Temple City, South Pass, Arcadia have surpassed those 2008 numbers, and it's almost higher than it was in the peak of the market. So the prices are a little inflated, but in good schools and good neighborhoods, these markets are still going to stabilize. And when the rates go up, prices are not going to go up 10% a year because a lot of these properties have gone up 10, 12% in the last couple of years. So they've gone up 25% since 2 years ago. So it's going up at a high rate. But when rates go up, I think that a lot of these markets will probably go up about 3 to 5%, and some good school districts will still go up 7, 8%. So no matter what, rent is going up, and also the house prices are still going to continue to gradually rise. So again, the big secret, because a lot of you guys will be working with buyers when you first get into the business. So, so this is one of the things that I tell everybody is how to be a winning buyer. So at my company and my team, we try to do things a lot more personable and a lot more personal than other agents. So one of the things we tell people is to send a picture of your family. So again, if you guys write an offer on one of my listings, hopefully you guys will do these tricks that I do to a lot of agents. So one is you send them a picture. I have them send a picture of their family to me, and then I write a story about it. And what I've done recently too is I've actually done videos. So you actually tape a video of your client, and that's how one of my buyers, they just recently got their offer accepted. It was with taping their client, saying exactly why they wanted the property, what it was about their family. They said that they lived in a small house, their kids are running around in this little apartment building, and they're saying, please accept their offer. And that's how we got it. That's how we won. So I'm very competitive. I used to play soccer at a high level, so I hate to lose, right? So that's how I kind of instilled that in one of my soccer players that I coach. Another thing is I have your sellers, your clients, write a letter to the seller and tell them a little bit about themselves and about why they want to buy the property. That they're going to love the house after they buy it. We're looking to buy it into this great neighborhood, these schools. And then also make sure that you have sent in the pre-approval letter and you're not wasting your time with unqualified buyers, and then you send in proof of funds. So if they said that they're gonna put in 5%, show them where the 5% is coming from. If it's all cash, show them a bank account with the funds in the account. I do a lot of listings, and one of the things that I want to see when I get an offer from somebody is I want to see all these things. If you send all these things in, then it looks like you guys are a professional realtor day one in the business. And again, I'm not going to have to ask you to provide some stuff to me. This is the stuff that I want to see, and this is how I do it on the buying side. So again, if you can do this, you're ahead of the game already. How many people are going to work in the Sangamo Valley? Anybody going to work in the Sangamo Valley? That's where most of my markets are. So it's, I grew up in Temple City. I live in Monrovia. I was the past president of the Arcadia Board of Realtors. So like along like La Crescenta to Glendora is kind of my stopping grounds. So if you're in those areas, then I might do a deal with you guys. But again, you got to know your market. So one of the things that we get and we provide in our association is we send this out every month. And it kind of tells you about where the market is. So it's year over year. It tells you what the house is, what the percentage has gone up, has it gone down for condos and homes in our area. So again, when you guys get in the business, you got to know those market numbers. So you don't want to farm in an area that houses just don't sell in that area. You want to be able to farm in an area that has turnover. So in the business, if you get into coaching and stuff like that, and I know I've been through coaching, and I'm doing something with a thing called BOLD right now. It's accountability, but also mindset coaching. So again, everything in this business is mindset. So again, you got to know why you're working hard. So know your why. My why is my family. You guys got to have your own. So if you don't have something, then buy a house or have a kid, and I guarantee you, you're going to do well. So when my wife stayed home from work is when I really started to go off in real estate. But again, it's because I had no other, I didn't have a plan B. Another thing that's a big question for the National Association of Realtors and the California Association of Realtors is what's my value proposition of working with you? So one of the things that we're trying to do at my team is to kind of tell everybody about why you should work with us. So this is a document that I created. It tells you a little bit about why to work with our team. So again, I'm always looking for good talent. So if you guys are interested in, if you guys, depends on what area, it doesn't matter what area you guys are looking in. We're always interviewing for good people. So if you guys would get your license, come and call me up. I can take you out to lunch, or we can do some coffee, and I can tell you about a little bit about what we do in our business. I've had different people shadow me too, so I've done that for other agents as well. So again, always find out what you want to be, and then ask that person, take that person out to lunch. So that's one of the secrets I've learned, is always take successful people out to lunch. From that $15 lunch that you buy for that person, you're going to get a $100,000 education, in an hour. So again, definitely do that. If you go to seminars, I've always made it a point to talk to those people and get their cards and engage with them afterwards, because you want those type of people to know who you are. So real fast, why you should work with our team. On average, we save our clients over $20,000 from our market skills, our market experience and negotiating skills. We speak your language. So again, right now, the market is now global. So global is now the new local. So again, you got to be able to adapt to different things. But if you come across a client that you can't speak to, you got to be able to say, hopefully, little things in their language to say, by the way, I have a client that's, on my team that speaks Chinese and Mandarin. I don't speak Mandarin, but a lot of clients in our area speak Mandarin and Cantonese. So you got to be able to make sure that you have people that can service those clients. So so make sure that you can hopefully just be able to communicate enough, and a lot of people can speak English enough to be able to say, hey, let me get your information. I'll have somebody on my team call you. We're experienced, so on my team I have a full-time assistant, I have 2 buyer's agents, a marketing director, and again, through our combined experience, we have over 40 years combined experience. We've been top agents at our company. Again, we know our neighborhood, so I'm very involved with my community. So one of the things that you should do too is, give back to your community when you get, into the business. So get involved with coaching soccer, or get involved with the PTA, or different things that you're passionate about, like I said. And again, through that's where you're going to get some clientele. Okay, so it's not something that you do because you're trying to get business, but it's through the relationships. People like and trust you. That's how they're going to do business with you. Okay. Again, and then the last thing is always put your clients first. So my tagline, and this is one thing. Does anybody have a tagline in the think of a tagline? Because I know I can tell you're going to be good. But you got to think of a tagline. So my tagline is kind of cheesy. My wife helped me out with it, but it's not just another realtor or friend for life. So again, everybody jokes around, oh yeah, friend for life, but again, it sticks. So when you get into this business, try to get a tagline and put it on your card. So then when you text people, I always put it on the back of my text, stuff like that. So that's one of the other tips I'll give you, because again, you got to try to brand. Branding is everything in this business. So when you're top of mind, when they think of real estate, hopefully they think of you. Okay. The last thing is Yelp. Yelp, Realtor.com is going to start doing something with ratings. That was a little kind of side thing that helped out with NER on a pad. It's like a little side group that they did like a study on. But again, realtor reviews, I think, are the future. Because again, consumers, especially the millennials, are driving the market, and they're going on Yelp. They're going to go on to these sites and find their realtor like that. So again, make sure you take care of your clients, do a good job for them, and then have your family when they use you, or even if they haven't used you, see if they can say good things about you on sites like that. So if you guys like my presentation, say something good about me. Okay.
Ryan,
Yes.
can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
For the students that aren't going to be licensed by next year, but they're still in my class for practice next
Right.
semester or not, can they still maybe have some time to shadow you or just?
Yeah, I can maybe do something if you guys are interested in something like that. Maybe I can get a group and then I'll have you meet me on like a Wednesday morning. I do a networking thing every morning on Wednesdays from 7 to 8:30. We do breakfast with about 25 different different industries. It's called BNI. It's Business Networking International. It's one person per profession. So I've done that before where I've had people go to that breakfast. We have our caravan meeting from 8:30 to 9:30 where we pitch all the new listings in our area, and then we can kind of go and maybe check out some houses. So if you ever want to do something like that, I can maybe get a group together and then you guys can shadow me on a day like that.
Okay.
Okay, so that's usually on Wednesday morning, so we can do that maybe sometime next year or something. Okay. Last thing, again, here's one of my listings that I have in Temple City. It's a new listing. This one, marketing is everything. This one is not the best. I took these pictures. I usually have a professional photographer, but there's a tenant in this property and she doesn't help us out with showing the property, so we weren't able to use the professional photographer. This is just to show you a sample of your marketing. So again, usually I have really nice marketing. It's a hard stock, but this one priced it right. Went on the market a couple days or about a week ago. This property is good because it's over 10,000 square feet and you can build up to a 4,000 square foot house on it. So if you guys know anybody that's looking for Temple City or Acadia schools, that's one of the better deals on the market right now. But just going to show you what make sure that your marketing and everything that you do shows professional. So professional photography, make sure you no spelling errors, stuff like that. So those are the little things that would help you be successful in marketing. So I think I have a few minutes to take some questions. So does anybody have any questions?
Can they have business cards?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. But you know what? I'll pass this out to you.
Yeah, maybe the business cards.
Yeah, this has my business card in it. This is a little folder, so then all the stuff that I just gave you. You had a question?
Yeah, I was like, how long, like when you got in the agency, how long did it take for you to recognize what your specialty was?
Okay, so that's why I have a new buyer's agent in the business right now. What I told her is to do a lot of different things. So there's door knocking. I never like to cold call, and some people were going to be great on the phone and set a lot of appointments on the phone. I say try different things and see what works for you. So my thing was relationships. So I know that I tried Zillow and I tried those other things, and it was okay, and I closed deals from it. But then what I found out about myself is I didn't like to deal with people that weren't really committed to me and rather people face to face. So I'm a member of the City Club. I'm a board of director for the Mount Sac Foundation. So I do things that I'm passionate about because I went to Mount Sac just like you guys went. I actually went to Citrus for my first semester. Then I knew too many people and then I didn't go to class and stuff like that. So I ended up going to Mount Sac where it's a little farther. Didn't know anybody, went to school. And then I ended up going to Cal State Fullerton. But what I love about this business is all about relationships. So what I found about myself is, through soccer, through being involved with my daughter's school and church and stuff like that, that's how you get my business. So again, you got to find what works for you. So some of you, like I said, will be good at door knocking, and I like to door knock around my listings and stuff like that just to meet the neighbors and do open houses. But open houses are probably one of the fastest ways to meet serious people that are looking to buy or sell. And then also probably, just door knocking as well. So, question? Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
For your listing,
Yes.
How far do your listings go as far as your real estate?
In the beginning, you'll go everywhere. So again, I know I had listings in like Big Bear and Rialto and Fontana and everywhere. But again, now I like to do a radius of about 25 miles around Arcadia. So again, what I've learned too is I don't want people to travel over an hour, to get to a property. So I just had a buyer referral in Inglewood. So if you guys live in Inglewood, I have a good referral for you guys. But so I reach out to my networks and I say, hey, who's a good buyer to use in Inglewood? So my territory is about a 25-mile radius around Arcadia. Outside of that, I'll refer it out to the right specialist. That's like me in that area.
And same thing, you have that relationship, so that way they refer you to anyone.
Exactly. So I had people throughout, because of my involvement with CR and the National Association of Realtors. How many of you guys went to NER? Did anybody go to San Diego? Excellent. So did you guys meet people from all over the place, right?
Yeah.
So from that, you build those relationships. You kind of hang out with them through a thing called YPN. That's Young Professionals Network. So it's young and young at heart. So even if you're not under 40, because I'm almost out of it too. That was one of my big catalysts to kind of get known and help out a lot of youngers now. So I was one of the younger people right in the business 14 years ago, a lot of us young people. So we created YPN to kind of have a place for us to call home, and then from that we got us into other committees. Now a lot of us that have been around the block, even like Kendrick, what we're doing is like people like you that are saying, yeah, I really want to get involved, I'd like to be president of my board, or I want to do this and this and this. I'm using my relationships to be able to introduce you to other people and give the younger people a hand up to help them out. So that's what my role is now. So, question?
I was just wondering if you still work with buyers. Is that
Yeah, I still work with certain buyers, but now I'm more of the rainmaker for my team, so I try to get a lot of my old relationships I'll work with, and then my new people from open houses, I'll give it out to my buyers. So,
How many people do you have on your team?
two buyers agents right now, and then I have a lot of referral agents, so it depends, two people that actually work directly with me, and then other people that will, if they're going outside, like you guys might be one of my referral agents in the future.
You were saying about, getting clients that are maybe engineers are going to, get along with others, things like that. How do you go about doing that? Like, obviously, if you come across somebody that does a certain thing, then obviously you want to relate to them.
Right.
So that way you can build that relationship, like you're saying.
Right.
But there's a way that you go about of kind of getting people that kind of...
Well, birds of a feather.
That.
Yeah, so birds of a feather. So hopefully you come across an engineer and you do a great job for them, and they can introduce you to other people at their business.
Right.
If you want to target certain industries, then maybe you would go for HR and say, hey, talk to your family, or look up on LinkedIn and see who works at certain companies, and then engage them if you have a relationship and say, hey, I'd like to see that's a little more. Once you're probably a little more seasoned, and you probably go to the companies. But again, it's all law of attraction. So again, if you're focused on engineering and saying that's my business, I want to work with people that work at JPL or at Caltech, then again, I give relationships to them. I say, okay, well, here's people that I know, see what you do. So it's again, just do the ask. The ask is to ask, and if you're hungry enough to do anything, you just got to be focused and then ask people and these people. Again, it's just like anything. So practice makes perfect. So again, if you work hard, get those relationships, then you're going to be able to hopefully put your foot in the door. So I knew people that one of the things that I remember hearing someone doing when asset managers were around, when Banco properties, a lot of foreclosures. So what he did is he ended up finding out the asset manager's shoe size and sent them like boots in the mail and with their size and saying, how could I get my foot in the door? And I was like, that's genius. So again, stuff like that, you got to be very creative. So I tell everybody you have to be better and different in this business. That's why my card's like this, because when everybody else's card is flat, then mine sticks at the top. So because of this, I do a lot of networking. So when you come back to your room and you have your stack of cards, mine always messes everybody's up. So they remember me, one, and then I win a lot of raffles. So that's why I do this card. So and then it sticks out from the card, from the crowd when other cards are on the ground. So. I think I have maybe one more question.
Any more questions? Can you stay 15 minutes if they have more questions?
Yeah, I can stay for
Okay.
Okay.
More questions?
Again, I'll leave some cards up here if anyone wants to take my card too. The cards are in the package as well. But again, I wish you guys the best in this industry. You can make your dreams in this business if you take care of your clients, you work hard, and always educate yourself. So you're making sure that you take care, you protect your clients, and again, if you protect your clients, they're going to protect you and they're going to refer their family and friends to you. So good luck in this business.